Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Killua from Hunter x Hunter. We're going to get started in the center of our page with the eyes. I'm going to start on the left side here by drawing a curve for the upper eyelid. So starting on the outside, we'll curve up and then down on the inside. We're going to leave a gap and do the same thing on the right side. So lining up the inside of the eye, we'll curve up and then down on the right. We're going to tuck two circles in underneath the eyelids for the iris. So starting on the left side, we're going to start just over on the east side here, curving down towards the bottom, and then just pulling that up on the inside, leaving a little bit of an overhang. We're going to go over to the right side and do the same thing. So stepping in, curving down towards the bottom, and then back up on the right side. Now on the top left side, we're going to draw a smaller circle for the highlight. We're just going to tuck this in underneath the eyelid. Starting at the top, we'll just circle around, and then back up. On the right, we'll do the same thing. Starting at the very top, circle around, and then tuck that in. From here, we're going to draw the pupil inside the iris. So on the left side here, we're going to start on the sides here and draw two angled lines going in, aiming towards the center of the iris. We're going to connect those 2 points with a curve to the bottom of the pupil. And we're going to do the same thing on the right side. Starting on the left side, we're going to angle in towards the center of the iris, and we'll do the same thing on the right side. Connect those 2 points with a curve. We're going to take these 2 points here on the sides and just curve the lower eyelid. Starting on the left, we'll curve down and just pull that in towards the bottom of the iris. Do the same thing on the right side, curving down and then in. We want to thicken up the upper eyelid, so on this corner here, we're just going to angle up with a short line, and we'll taper in towards the inside of the eye. So just going across and just blending it down. We're going to color that in black. Let's do the same thing on the right side. From the corner, we're just going to angle up. We'll go on the inside and just taper out to that point. Then we'll go ahead and color that in black. Now on the inside edge of the lower eyelid, we just want to thicken up the top and just taper it down. So we're going to work on the inside and just taper it down. Do the same thing on the right. Above the eyes, we're going to add a little double eyelid. So just a little curve from left to right, just above the eyelid. Do the same thing on the right side. Now you can see the eyebrows underneath the hairband. So we're going to go ahead and just draw in the curve for the eyebrow. Starting on the outside, we'll curve up, and then we'll just pull that in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. In between the eyes, we're going to step down and draw the nose. So in the center, we start in the middle, we're going to curve out towards the right. We'll draw an angled line coming down. Underneath the nose, we're going to add in the mouth. So we're going to start with a curve from left to right, just lined up with the inside edge of the eyes right here. Now from these 2 points, we're going to curve down, almost like a little oval, towards the bottom of the mouth. Curving down, then rounding that out, and pulling that up on the right side. Up in here, we're going to add in the tongue. So from left to right, we're just going to curve across. Let's go up to the top and draw in the hair bangs. So we're going to start just on the inside edge of the left eye, right about here. We're going to curve down and then in, just over the nose. From here, we're going to curve up, so it's going to taper wider as we come up. Right there. We're going to draw a short band coming down above the eyelid. Just going over the eyebrow. Then we'll curve that back up, again tapering it up. We're going to draw another one coming down in the opposite direction. Curving down towards the eyelid. We'll curve that back up. And now we're going to draw one more just on the side of the eye. Just going to curve down just over the eyelash. And then we'll pull that back up. Now we're going to bring this up over the top and just pull it in. Let's go over to the left side and do the same thing. So from here, I'm just going to curve down with a short curve over the eyebrow, pull that back up. Curving up. Draw another one coming down, just over the eye. And then we'll taper this back up. Now I'm going to pull this up a little bit higher because I want to do a little bit of an overlap here. We're going to step down, drawing another curve. And we'll curve that back up. We'll draw one more on the side just to balance off the hair bangs. So right down here, curve the side of the eye, and And I'm going to pull this up and just go over these little bangs here on the ends. Curving out, and then just pulling that up. Just up in this area, we want to add in some more hairs. So we're going to start just left of center. We're going to curve over towards the right. Now we're going to hook this back down. So it tapers to the same height. Now we're going to do one strand going out this way. So curving up and out. Now we're going to pull that back down, again tapering it down. We're going to do the opposite on this side. Curving up, and then curving it back down. Now I want to add one more in here, and it's not going to be connected to any of these points. Starting down here, we're going to curve down, and we'll hook that back up. Let's go back down here and draw on the sides of the head. So from this point in the hairband, we're going to step over towards the left a little, just curve down, giving a little bit of an angle coming in. On the right, we'll do the same thing, so just angling into the same height. Now we're going to do a hard turn coming down to a point in the chin, just below the mouth here. So on the left side, I'm going to curve, cross, and then down. We're going to go up towards the right side. Up, and then out. Now we're going to go to the side of the head and draw on the ears. So just beside the eye right here, draw a curve going out, and we'll pull that back in towards the side of the head. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Curving out, and then tucking that back in. Right in here, we're just going to add a little hook from the side of the head, curving out on both sides. Let's add some hair just in behind the head here. So on the left earlobe, I'm going to curve down and just pull that in. We're going to curve it up, so tapering up, and I'll draw one more, coming down, and we'll tuck that in underneath the jaw. We're going to take that, flip it over on the right side. So starting underneath the earlobe, curving down, and we're going to pull that back up, curve back in, and then just underneath the head. Now let's work in the spikes of the hair. So we're going to start at the very center, at the very top here. So I want to establish the height of the head. So right here, just left the center, I'm going to draw a curve going out towards the right. Going out. Now I'm going to pull that back in, again tapering it down. So this is the center point. From here I'm going to work my way over towards the left. There's a series of spikes that come down this way. So I'm going to start with one spike going up, and then pulling it back down. We're going to draw a large one coming up this way. Curving up. Now we're going to pull this down towards the side of the head here. We're going to curve down. Now we're going to change the angle. Now I want to start aiming these spikes going out this way. So from here, I'm going to curve up and out. We're going to pull this down. I want to make sure that I don't go in past that line of the ear here. We're going to do another curve. Going out. Pull that back in. Now this is where we change direction. We're going to come down alongside the ear here. Curve down. We're going to pull that up. We'll draw one more spike beside the ear here. Curving down, and then tucking that in behind the ear. Now let's go over to the right side and draw on these spikes. Now I want to make sure that I'm balancing the hair out from left to right. So I want to make sure that I don't come in too close or too far. So let's start back at this point. I'm going to draw a little wave. I'm going to curve up, down, and then up. I'm going to pull this back down, so again, this spike here and this spike should line up. I'm going to curve it down. Now this spike is going to line up with this one. Curve up, and then pull it down to right about here. So just stepping back and just looking at the composition before you get in too far. Curving out, step back, and then I'll pull this in. Right there. Now this is where I'm going to turn down the hairs on the side. Curve down the side, taper that back up, and then one final one coming down, and then we'll just tuck that in behind the ear. Now that we got the head, let's work our way down the body. So we're going to start with the collar first. So just on the side here on the left, we're going to curve around and then in. We're going to leave a gap in the center and draw that same thing going up on the right side. We're going to add that little V-neck. So in the middle, we're going to step down and draw a point. From this point, I want to curve up and just leave a little overlap on the collar. Do the same thing on the right side. From here, let's draw in the sides of the body. So just below the side of the collar, we're going to step down and draw a curve that goes down and out. On the right, we'll do the same. So stepping down, curve Coming down and out. We'll connect those 2 points with a curve. Coming down the middle, then up on the right side. Let's add some wrinkles in the shirt. So right on here on the left side, curve down and in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now let's move down and draw the lower torso. So below the waist, we're going to step down here, draw in a curve from left to right. On the left side, we're going to step in, just draw an angled line coming down to the bottom of the shorts. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to curve out the bottom of the short. On the left side, we'll curve down, then up, go down and up on the right side. From this waistline, we're going to curve down towards that point, the bottom of the shorts. Now on this side, I'm going to have the hand in the pocket, so I just want to bulge out the pocket. From this point, I'm going to curve out, and then just pull it in. We're going to do a slight overlap right here. We're going to curve down towards the bottom of the short. Let's go ahead and draw on this arm. So underneath the chin, we're going to curve out the sleeve. Now we're going to pull this in towards the body. And then just to finish off this arm, I'm just simply going to take this point, just stepping in, curving around, and then in behind that pocket. On the left side here, I'm just going to have the arm hanging down. So we're going to start with the inside part of the arm first. Stepping down on the body here, we'll curve down and out. We're going to round out the thumb. Do a little half circle. Draw a little bracket at the end of the thumb. Now at the bottom of the thumb, I just want to draw on the first finger. So we're going to swirl around the bracket and pull it up. We're going to step down, draw another curve for the second finger. Now the third finger, we're going to go up the arm, about halfway up the arm here, because we want to overlap the sleeve. So coming up to about here. Now we're going to draw that sleeve line going across the arm. So stepping out, just curve across in towards the inside part of the arm. From here, I'm going to curve up underneath the head, coming in. We're going to add the little sleeve line. So from this wrist, I'm going to curve down and out. Let's continue down the leg. So we're going to start with the leg first, going down and towards the boot. So in the middle here, on left and right, I'm going to draw 2 short lines coming down on either side. I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Let's do the same thing on the right. Drawing 2 short lines side by side. We'll connect those 2 points with a curve. Now I want to draw that rounded boot cuff. So from this point, we're going to step up, round out the corner, and just follow that curve all the way towards the inside of the leg and pull that back around. We'll do the same thing on the right. So stepping up from that corner, swirl around, out towards the right, and then just pull that in. Let's draw the heels. So we're going to line up with the leg on the inside and just curve it down and in. Do that with the right side as well. Now we're going to curve the bottom of the foot. So from the heel to the toe, it's going to come down in the middle, then back up. Do the same thing on the right side. I want to make sure that the feet are the same length. Now from this toe, we're going to curve up the top of the foot, in towards that cuff, and then down. Going up, in towards the cuff, and then we'll just pull that down. Do the same thing on the right side. Starting on the inside, curve up into that cuff, and pull this down towards the toe. We're going to add the little toe cap in towards the heel. So on the left side here, right at the top of the foot, we're going to curve down, leaving a little gap. We'll follow that curve all the way back towards the heel. Do the same thing on the right. Starting at the top of the foot, curve back. Now we're going to curve the sole all the way to the heel. In the toes here, we're going to add a little circle. Now to show the little lace strap here, we're going to take this line, curve it around, and then tuck this in underneath the boot cuff. We'll do the same thing on the right side. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Killua from Hunter x Hunter. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, make sure you subscribe and check out our anime playlist. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.